that an X? Is that an O? So sports talk? Yeah. Let's go.
I got my swag.
Swag. Who can scream that high note? Can anybody get that high note?
Hey!
Alright. Yeah. That's how we gonna bring in the new year. Just like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go, yeehaw!
Yeah.
Yeehaw! 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 And we can get it going. It's time for the XO Sports Talk Show.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Early Happy New Year. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Okay. Well, man.
Hey, listen, man. I want to leave 2022 with a bang. So we're leaving out on a bang, and we're coming out with a bigger bang. Pow! You know, pop, pop goes the weasel.
Oh, he's going
Yeah,
out blasted, huh?
Terry,
Man.
Terry, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm doing good tonight, Aaron. How are you, man? What's going on?
I'm just ducky after listening to him. Brian, how are you?
I'm good, man. Not too bad. Yeah. Ready for the new year.
Yeah, okay. New Year's on the horizon. And Mr. Caffeine 2.0.
Mr. Dynamite. Mr. Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Gigi, the dancing machine that you are. So, guys, we're episode 80, knocking on the door of 2023.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Let's
Get off.
2023 is going to be a great year. We're going to make it happen.
Yep.
Because my Cowboys going to be playing in the Super Bowl.
Well, the way you the way you guys sounded, are you ready? You know, like you were burying some things that you did in your past in 2022.
Well, you know,
hey, man,
it's
some
time to
things
move
got to
on.
be buried.
Yeah. No ice cream in a while. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Terry, tell us about that subscribe button, please.
XO Sports Talk would like to welcome everybody to tonight's show and thank our viewers and subscribers for their support. If this is your first time watching on YouTube, the show is also streaming on all your favorite podcast platforms, Google, Spotify, and iHeart, just to name a few. To stay up to date with our latest videos and the latest news and rumors going on in the world of sports, hit that subscribe button, press the like button, tap the notification bell, and do your family and friends a favor and click that share button. As always, feel free to join in on the live chat or call 475-221-5006 to join in on the conversation. Last show for the year, guys. So let's make it happen.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we're starting the last show of the year on a sad note. Pele, the Brazilian king of soccer, who won a record 3 World One of soccer's greatest players, Pele spent nearly 2 decades enchanting fans and dazzling opponents as the game's most prolific soccer with Brazilian clubs, Santos and Brazil national team. Guys, you know, Pele was soccer. for us back then. I mean, soccer today is wide open. You see it on ESPN, you see it on other sports outlets. But back then, it was baseball, basketball, football, hockey.
Yeah.
But you always heard something about Pele. And he was considered to be one of the greatest players of his time. And and to win 3 championships, three World Cups, that's an astounding job by him. Terry, how do you feel about Mr. Pele?
Great competitor, great football player, or as we like to say in the United States, soccer player. He was a legend. As you said, he won 3 World Cups. He was, before Michael Jordan became Michael Jordan, I would say Pele was the first first global icon. You can't hear Pele's name and not think about soccer. He's going to be sorely missed. He lived a great life. He did a lot of things for the sport. And he did a lot of things off the soccer field as well. So he's going to be sorely missed. Condolences to his family and friends.
Emerson.
Hey, Mr. Pele, first of all, we rest in peace, Pele. We here at Exo Sports, we admire everything that you were able to bring to the game of soccer, to his family, to all of the fans globally. And like Terry just alluded to, he was a global icon. And what more can we say when we think of the game of soccer? Pele name is right there. Pele face is enthusiasm that he was able to bring to the game, and to have so many followers throughout the globe, to be able to want to play soccer, and they were admired by what his just tenacity that he to revolutionize a game that we here in America, as I was a kid, I didn't know too much about soccer. I follow it now because, what we do here on Exo Sports. But when we talk about soccer, Pele name must be mentioned. So my hat's off to him and everything that he brought to the game, and may he rest in peace.
Brian.
Yeah, and condolences to his family. And my recollection, I remember, was middle school. Our gym teacher was, and I remember him making us, American, we want to play basketball, football, some flag football, whatever we play, but he made us go out and play soccer. And then the next year we came back, I remember everybody, when we was playing soccer, everybody was out there running around saying they're Pele. And it was just the way he affected the game back then. And it wasn't really commercialized the way it is now. It was not like that in the States, that his name rung bells throughout everywhere. So definitely, sad thing to say, but he definitely left an impact in a bit major way.
There was he was, let's face it, he was the man. I mean, to win 3 World Cups, you don't see that today, and that's incredible. And you know what? The thing about Pele, he was likable. Everybody liked Pele.
Yes,
and you're not talking internationally. He was loved. And that's really something. You don't have one country going, we don't, whatever, just move along. To touch everybody's heart throughout the world, that means you're a very special person.
Yep.
And, rest in peace, Pele.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Pele. Absolutely.
Yep.
Emerson, Brian, Terry.
Yes, sir.
College football playoffs
Yeah.
is coming up
Get it
this
on.
weekend.
Yeah.
Woo!
Before y'all go into that real quick, just want to give a shout out to Debbie Gamble in the house who says hello to the XO family. Happy holidays and bless.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Deb.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you very
Deb.
much. Be safe
Thank
out
you
there.
for tuning in.
Yeah.
Tell people about us. Tell people about us.
You want to know what's your New Year's
Let them know
resolution,
you tune into
Deb?
Exo Sports.
What's your New Year's
Yeah.
resolution this year? We're gonna go through ours. I don't know. It might get scary. I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, we'll just go right into college football and we'll get back to you guys on that.
Okay, yeah.
Terry, Georgia and Ohio State. What do you like?
I'm going Ohio State. Like I said before, I think Ohio State has a bone to pick with Michigan. I like this upset here, and I think Ohio State beats Georgia, and we get a Michigan-Ohio State final championship.
Mm-hmm.
Emerson.
Well, first of all, I want to say this. There's going to be at least 15 players playing in that game between Ohio State and Georgia that will be playing on Sunday next year. Let me just get that off my chest. There are so many first, second, third.
Is it me or did he go off?
Those guys.
Okay.
Players come next year.
Mhm.
With the Georgia that particular game.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back to you, Emerson. Check your connection.
I think
Brian.
it might be his mic. His connection looks good. Check your mic. Maybe bring it closer to your mouth. Me, I think it's gonna be
Sounds nice. Check.
Nope, still don't sound nice. Nope.
Check 2.
Still a little spotty.
Demo
Still a
number
little
2.
Spotty.
Yeah. Brian.
Demo number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going with the Bulldogs. I'm going with Georgia. They got the bone and they're gonna bring it to Ohio State, I think. So
Okay.
Well, I'm going with Georgia at Georgia. And Ohio State to lose to Michigan, to me, that was disappointing. So I'm going to go with Georgia on my mind.
All right.
The second.
How about that Michigan Horned Frogs game?
Well, we're getting to the number 2. Michigan and TCU, Emerson.
TCU Horned Frogs. All day, baby. All day. The TCU Horned Frogs.
okay. All right.
Mm.
All right.
Terry.
Like I said, man, Michigan is going to bring it home. Harbaugh is going to prove to the nation this year that they have the best team. He's the best coach in the nation this year. Go Wolverines.
Wolverines.
Go Blue.
Wolverines.
TCU.
Yeah.
TCU.
Brian.
I'm gonna go with Emerson. I'm going with TCU.
Wow.
I'm thinking they're gonna be upset.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, what they're calling is
go.
gonna be an upset.
There you go.
Yep.
I got
Talk
nothing
about
for,
it, Bryant.
Yeah, I got nothing for TCU. I'm going with Michigan.
Okay.
I think
It's going to be the upset of the day.
Yeah.
and
The upset of the day.
it might not be the upset of the day. Always the other side of the coin, and I'm going with Michigan. I don't even like Michigan. So, but as Doris Day would say on that, que sera, sera. We shall see next week on episode 81 of 2023 who's right, who's wrong, and who's going to lie about their predictions.
Hey, got it on tape. Can't lie.
Well,
Can't lie. The tape
like
don't lie.
Like a politician would say, wasn't me. College basketball top 5 rankings of ladies and men Emerson.
So in the men's division, we got those Purdue Boilermakers. Listen, they're riding high, playing tough basketball, and I think they're going to be a team that we're going to have to see when we get to March Madness. The Boilermakers are tough right now. They're big, they're long, they're athletic, and I believe they're going to be one of the teams representing in the Final Four. But let me say this, number 2. The UConn Huskies coming in at 14-0. Let me tell you something. Mr. Hurley has these boys playing. They're playing defense. They're playing offense. They're scrappy. They're going after. They're diving for loose balls. They're doing everything that championship teams do to win. I want to say right now, and I hope everybody's listening to me, the UConn Husky men will be in the Final Four. Coach Hurley wouldn't have it any other way. Number 3, we got the Houston Cougars, and I'm still thinking about the 5 Slamma Jamma, those boys, the 5 Slamma Jamma old school team with Clyde Drexler and Olajuwon. But listen, this is the new school 5 Slamma Jamma. The Houston Cougars, they look tough. They look good right now. They're riding a record of 13-1. So listen, coming in at number 4 this week, you got the Kansas Jayhawks, always a tough team. They get some of the best players in the country. They're going to always be in the mix. They're going to always be a top team. Look out for them when we get to March because they know how to win when it counts. So watch out for the Kansas Jayhawks. And coming in at rounding out number 5 this week in our men's college basketball, we got the Arizona Wildcats. Who wouldn't be scared of a Wildcat? You better watch them because they're scrappy and they'll claw at you and they'll do whatever it takes to win a basketball game. They're coming in at 12-1 this week. Listen, over on the women's side, ladies first. Hey, here we go. The South Carolina women, they are 12-0 and they're going to be right there. Listen, I'm telling you, they're well coached. They got some of the top players in the country. I don't know who's going to be able to beat them. I'm picking South Carolina to win it all this year. Trust me. They got the coach.
Your audio's a little in and out.
Say about that. Behind in the power rankings, they're riding in that number 2 with a 13-1 record. They're going to do what they need to do.
And his audio is going in and out, folks.
We're going to do what we need to do.
They're going to say, we're going to just keep on going so somebody has something to say about that.
And he's going.
I think we got something to say.
They're coming. I'm going and going.
All right, man.
Yeah, you're going. You're going all right.
Listen, they're coming in at 12-1. 12-1 right now. This is a tough team, gritty basketball, fundamentally sound team. I've been watching them. They know how to win a basketball game and close teams out. Notre Dame at number 5 this week at a 10-1 record. They are going to have something to say when we come.
Mm-hmm. And there we go again. And he's going to come in.
Well, we said Notre Dame is coming in.
Closes out the top 5 for the
Yeah.
But, I mean,
listen,
and he's back.
I love this time of year. Yep, I love this time of year because we're getting closer and closer to March, and nothing's better than March Madness. So 2023, come on, we're waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Right. And
2023. Please bring a better internet, please.
Yeah. We're gonna bring something to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You had so much life into what you were talking about. It was really heartwarming. But the problem was your connection was off.
No, my connection is good. I don't know.
No. This is a learning experience for you.
It's just the audio, man.
It's just the audio.
Just check your headphones.
You were talking. Nobody could
and you
hear
couldn't
you.
hear me? Oh,
we
man.
heard some, but some was going out.
I heard some of it.
We're having a conversation while you're blacked out because of some connection problem over there. But we can see you, and your hands are just going, talking, and then you pop back in, and we're like, okay.
Oh, man.
So, since we're on a budget that we don't have an earpiece in your ear to tell you to stop, check your connection. We have to do it live.
I'm gonna correct this problem next week. Listen, we will not have this problem next week.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on with the show.
Yeah. NHL. Yeah. And here's another thing. We have another segment with you.
Here we go. All right.
Let's see if you can bring this together. Okay.
We're gonna bring this together. My connection. How's my connection right now?
You're good.
Like in the movie.
Just rattle them all off. Just.
Okay. Here we go. At number one.
No. Stop.
Okay.
Like in the movie Airplane. Good luck. We're all counting on you. Go ahead, please.
You know what? That was pretty good, huh? Hey, you come right out of a comic book, man, huh?
I do.
This week in the power rankings in the NHL, we got the Boston Bruins. Listen, we know what they've been doing all year. They've been one of the top teams all year long, and they're looking to take home the Stanley Cup this year. How's my connection? Are we still good?
You good?
All right, give me the thumbs up. Listen,
thumbs up.
And we're rolling along. The Carolina Hurricanes. Listen, they are surging. They just got Seth Jarvis back, and I'm telling you, they look like they are rejuvenated to play some good hockey as we come down the stretch and we get closer to the playoffs. Number 3, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Listen, they lost 3 or 4 of their top defensemen, but these guys have shown resiliency and they're still playing good hockey right now. Watch out for them. They should be getting Morgan Riley back real soon. He's one of their best players. So watch out for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I look for them to make some major moves coming down the stretch. Listen, number 4 this week in the power rankings in the world of the NHL, I got the New Jersey Devils. Listen, they had a little time in December where they were slumping a little bit, but guess what? They stayed the course, and now they're back on track. So watch out for the New Jersey Devils. What a tough, hard-nosed team. They will be there somewhere in the end. And coming in at number 5, this was one of my surprise teams this year. I've been kind of peeking in on them every now and then when they're playing. The Winnipeg Jets, they're coming in at number 5. And listen, they have some players that's been out since October. Ehlers, he's going to be back. So look for them to start surging. That's what I have this week in the power rankings of the world of the NHL.
Hey,
that was
pretty good.
How was my connection?
Yeah. Because I was going to have to give you another thumbs down, but I was going to give you another finger and say,
no, I just, oh, man, you another finger. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Guys, NBA shoot around.
Woo!
Terry, what's impressing you in the NBA?
Oh, wow. Well, I really don't want to talk about it, but I guess
you better talk about it.
I have to mention it. We have to talk about that man, Luka Doncic.
Say that.
He put up 60 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists against my Knicks.
Say that again.
In an overtime effort. I saw it happening. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But not to take anything away from him. A great performance. This kid is for real.
For real.
You know, he's a great player. He's been doing it for a while now, and he's still young. If I remember correctly, I think he's still only 23 years old. You know, but he did something that no NBA player has done since the 60s. With this effort, scoring 60 points, 21 rebounds,
Amazing.
10 assists. And I know he broke a record by Dirk Nowitzki, who had a 53-point game for the Mavs in 2004. So he is the highest scoring player in Mavs
For the
history right
Mavericks.
now.
Yes.
The thing that impressed me though is the 21 rebounds for a 6'7" guard. For him to be able to get 21 boards, that's impressive. You know, let
Amazing.
alone he had a triple double. So
That's a shame.
hats off to him. He's an amazing talent. He's a great talent. The league is in good hands. You know, the league is definitely in good hands. I just hope that the Mavericks can get him some help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Emerson.
Huh. What a performance. I was just sitting there and I was just in awe by what I was looking at. I'm like, what are we seeing? What are we witnessing before our eyes? Listen, this guy, the way he sees the court, the way he approaches the game, the way he takes control of the game when he needs to, the way he gets other players involved. We are seeing greatness right before our eyes with this guy. I remember when I first laid eyes on him, I saw him on a YouTube video. I just didn't think he was that good, and I must admit to that. But I said, well, when he gets to the NBA, they're going to shut that down. They're going to shut this down. Well, guess what? He's in the NBA, and they're not shutting that down, and they're not shutting this down. He has proven to us right before our eyes that he is the real deal. Big ups to Luka Doncic.
Brian.
I'm just going to tap on that just a little bit. It just goes to show you don't always have to be the fastest or jump the highest. Sometimes it's just skill. And he's got skills where the best defenders can't guard him. And you can't stop him. And he just put on a performance at the world's most greatest arena, as they call it. So I'm not going to go too deep into that. So I'm just going to kind of ask you guys, we're coming up at the midway point, almost at the All-Star break. To me, I was looking at some of the stats and I was like, I could see Joker winning MVP again, back to back. What do you guys think about that? Maybe. What are your options on that?
Maybe. The guy is averaging a triple double.
Gore first about Luka Doncic. Let Terry. Can we hear from Aaron about Luka Doncic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I have nothing to say about him. All I want to do is just pull out my sledgehammer and bash the Lakers. I'm gonna do it until the cows come home.
We'll leave them alone for now.
I will give. Wait a minute. I will give LeBron credit for his streak that ended this week on 30 points a game, and he had a chance to go back into the game and get the 30 points, and he didn't do it. I commend him for that. I also said to you, because we had this conversation, Emerson, you were saying, look at Davis. Look what he's doing. He's grabbing the rebounds. He's unstoppable. And I said, just like a poor tire is going to go at any time. And where's he at? Back on the bench, looking good. And where you at with the Lakers? Going nowhere. LeBron James says, I'm sick of this, in a tweet, which he took down, about that he wants to make the playoffs this year. And he used a bad, naughty word, and he said, well, this isn't good for my image. And they took it down. So, again, trade LeBron, get rid of Davis.
Wow.
We barked on that. Let me know.
Did you hear this guy, guys?
I'm sorry. This is NBA shoot around talk. Everybody talked about the topic they wanted to talk about. I didn't say a word. I did not interrupt. Now you said, and you guys said, Aaron, we want to hear from Aaron. Every time we have this talk, I am going to ring the bell. Ring
I want to know, halfway point, Luka, not Luka. See, now you got me talking Luka.
Yeah, right. That's what we
Joker.
were talking about. We didn't even get to the Lakers.
Do you see
yet, but go
Joker
ahead.
being back-to-back MVP? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, let's start right. Let's go back there.
He got back-to-back already. He's going for
Oh,
for
the
3-peat.
trifecta. I'm sorry about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you ask me today, season ended today, he definitely have it. He's averaging a triple-double, man. And we've never seen anything like this in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Besides Oscar Robertson.
Yep. You, Emerson?
I would give it to Joker right now. I would definitely give it to Joker.
Aaron?
No, give it to Davis. Yeah, I would give it to Joker. I would give it to him.
And once again, the reason why I asked that, because even though Joel Embiid is playing superb.
He is. He really is.
But Joker is playing, to me, that much better. And once again, not the highest, not the most athletic, but once again, skills.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't beat that.
Nope.
The fundamentals.
Yep, and you take him off that team, and they're not the same team.
Yes.
But one thing I'm surprised at with you guys is the Brooklyn Nets are playing pretty good, solid basketball.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got some new meds for Kyrie Irving. I don't know, but he's playing really good, solid all-star basketball right now.
He's an all-star player.
And can we say maybe coaching does matter? Can we say that?
I never thought Nash was a great coach.
Yeah.
Good coach, amateur coach.
Yeah.
He had a name and he got a job.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, no, wait a minute. We can't be that harsh on him because he did take them where that they almost made it to the championship. So
they still weren't playing that well.
No matter what, he still got them to play.
Even
though they wasn't playing well, you got to give a man credit, even if he can take the team.
Yeah,
Terry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll give Nash some credit, but I'll say that Jacques Vaughn has got them to. Now they're not the best defensive team in the league, but he somehow got them to play defense.
Thank you.
You know, I remember when we talked earlier who we kind of thought would come out of this at the time the Lakers were slumping and Brooklyn was slumping. And I felt like Brooklyn, with the talent that they have with KD and Kyrie, they would come out of it. Wasn't sure. I didn't see them playing. I think they won 10 straight games.
Yeah.
I did not see that, but I did feel like they would play better basketball than what they were playing at the time. I still feel like they need another piece. Not a superstar, not even a star. Someone that could kind of come in and help them defensively, kind of lock down that paint a little bit for them, get some rebounds. I don't know what they can do during the trade deadline, but I think they need a piece because I think Boston has their number, has them figured out, especially Kevin Durant. I feel like defensively they know how to contain him. They can't stop him, but they know how to contain him.
Contain him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
And would you say Boston has more talent than the Nets?
Not more
No,
talent.
I'm not gonna say more talent.
But
They
what
have
Terry said, they know how to contain
roster.
him.
I feel like a deeper roster.
They have a
than
deeper
the
team.
Nets.
Yeah. I think they have a better team than the Nets.
So is it? No, I'm talking about a better roster. Who has the better roster, the Nets or Boston?
Boston. I think everybody agree with that. And at the time when I remember I said that I thought the Nets would be the worst out of the Lakers and the Nets. But at that time, I was not thinking Steve Nash was going to get fired. So that just, like I said, coaching does matter. Which is partly their blame, too, because they won it, Nash. So
they won it, Nash.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
I I don't see them going anywhere. I just see them playing better basketball this year. I don't see the Nets. The Nets maybe could beat Miami, but I think it would go down to Game 7 between Philly and the Nets if they played each other. And I would go with Philly.
I don't know. I think they'll beat Philly. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Miami can score enough, but they'll play a good D. But that's a good one.
Why, thank you, Brian. Now, NFL talk in the red zone. Now, the Cowboys finally got what they wanted. They got the Eagles, but they didn't play without. They didn't get the man they wanted. They wanted the quarterback Hurts, and he didn't play. But the problem was the Phillies put up 34 points against
the Eagles, you mean?
I'm sorry, the Eagles put up 34 points. You would be better off with me saying another team how I was screwing it up. But since you wanted to correct me,
right?
Eagles,
you said the Phillies. We're talking about football.
Okay,
the Phillies is a baseball team.
You probably, a little correction there.
Yeah. So since you want to be, Mr. A student in the classroom,
smart guy.
Were you guys surprised that the Eagles' backup quarterback were able to put up 34 points against the Cowboys, Terry?
No, I wasn't surprised. I mean, the Eagles have a good offense. And Gardner Minshew, he's a serviceable quarterback. But the Eagles are not. Jalen Hurts is a big part of that team, but it's not just him. They have a really good running game as well. So it didn't surprise me. I think, like I said last week, I think the Cowboys, this game meant more to the Cowboys than it did to the Eagles. I think the Eagles feel like they still have the edge mentally because they beat them earlier in the season. Good win by the Cowboys. I expected it to be a barn burner regardless if Jalen Hurts was playing or not. But, we got a good game. Maybe were the Cowboys sweating a little bit, I'm sure, but they pulled out the win. Congratulations to them. But I want to see them meet again in the playoffs when it really means something. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Emerson.
Oh, you want Brian to go? I got a lot to say.
Okay.
I'll let you.
Brian?
Yeah, suck in some oxygen. Yeah, so you can get it all out. Yeah. But I was not surprised by that. Only thing that I was surprised, I thought the Cowboys would contain their offense a little bit more, knowing that Hurts was not there and the threat of him running out of the pocket. I thought they would be able to generate a little bit more pressure and sacks and not let them get as much points. But I thought Philly still would put up points because, as Terry said, they do have some elite wide receivers. They can run the ball, and they had good D. But Cowboys, I would be just a little bit concerned with your defense and the points that you're giving up lately. It seemed like Diggs is not being targeted as much, or sometimes he got caught looking a little bit in the backfield as well, and they went right over on top. As a matter of fact, I text Emerson that when that happened. But
yes, you did.
Yeah, so I think they just need to get back to some of the basics of what they were doing earlier in the season to generate some more sacks and move Parson around maybe a little bit so the defense or the offense can't kind of shade the protection that way. So we'll see, though.
Well, please step to the podium, Emerson.
Yes.
Well, concerns, I must agree with you, Brian, because my defense, they're not locked in like I would like for them to be, like they were earlier in the season. Over the last few games, they have given up numbers that you're not supposed to be giving up if you want to be an elite defense. Diggs, one of a great player, and I think he gambles a little bit too much at times. But I think those are some things that could be corrected with sound teaching and technique from the defensive backs coaches and the defensive coordinator. So I think those are some things that could be corrected and rectified going forward. But I must say this, even with Gardner Minshew, who's a serviceable backup quarterback, and I always a little nervous about those guys who we have no film on. I'm always nervous about those guys. But I will say this, my Cowboys, who actually pulled out the win, and they were able to put up those big numbers on arguably the best defense in the NFL. I'm not talking about Jalen Hurts playing. I'm not talking about any of that, but they were able to put up those large numbers against one of the best defenses in the NFL. That's where I can hold my chin up real high about my Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking about that. Philly is supposed to be one of the top defenses, one or two in the league, and we went in there and gave it the business to them. Dak Prescott threw the ball all over the lot. My receivers were open. He was making plays. At one point, he completed like 13, 14 passes in a row against one of the top defenses. Oh, yeah. I got something to say about that. So big ups to my offense. My defense, we still need to work on some things, but big up to the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It sounded like you had your second win there for a moment. I think the Cowboys wanted to go in there and win against the Eagles, and they wanted to let the Eagles know against Hurts, but he didn't play. But when you're letting the backup quarterback come in and score 34 points, to me that's an alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was 34 points you gave up against the Eagles, and then you gave up over 30 points against the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So instead of peaking at the right time, there's questions on the defense. Because if Dak can put up 40 points, your defense should not be giving up 34 points against the backup.
That's what I would say. How many points? What about
the number one defense in the league and Dak put up 40 on them? Let's talk about that.
Number one defense in the league, though.
What, number two? Are they number two?
Yeah.
Okay. Number two defense in the league, and they let us put up a 40 spot on them? Oh, yeah. I like what we can do in the playoffs.
And what was that? That was it a fumble? And then that 30-yard bomb to T.Y. Hilton on a 3rd and something?
3rd and 30.
Yeah. So
yeah,
those are two pivotal plays right there that lost Philly the game.
Well, maybe, yeah, but that's what happens in the NFL. There are always one or two plays or 3 or 4 plays that can make or break the game.
I mean, kudos to you guys giving up.
Got the win.
I mean, winning the game, but as a Cowboy fan and a person watching the NFL game, if you're giving up 30 points each night, the teams that you're going up against in the playoffs, except for Tampa Bay, they're going to put up some points and they're going to play better defense.
What about the Eagles?
Yeah.
They have their roster's loaded. They have arguably 2 of the best corners in the game.
Yeah.
They paid Mr. Darius Slade all that money to bring him to Philly. They got Mayberry on one side. They got that stacked front 7. Okay. They got Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox and Graham and all of those boys. We put up a 40 spot on them.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not letting that go.
No. I just wonder how many points they would have had if Hurts would have played. But hey, a win is a win. It's a good win.
Yeah.
It's a serviceable win anyway.
You gotta get back to discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so let me ask you this: going into tonight's game, Emerson, against
Yes.
the Tennessee Titans, how many
Oh,
points
man.
do you expect the Cowboys to put up?
Another game. I'm worried that we'll probably end up playing a little sloppy. And as we speak right now, Dak just threw an interception.
Yeah.
Let's go, Dak.
Let's move on.
Let's go, Dak.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
But now we move
another
on.
interception.
So you should put up a 50 piece on them, right?
And you know what's the beauty of it? You were you see my Cowboys, they're putting up 40 points. Yeah, but now you're getting beat up tonight. Jets.
Humble pie.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Jets. Jets.
Humble pie.
Famous chants by
Fireman Ed.
Brian. Can I hear that one more time?
You gotta assume the crowd.
Oh yeah, you gotta love when the Jets do that.
You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. Not going anywhere, but you gotta love it. Mike White returns as the starter. Will the Jets keep their playoff chances alive? Terry.
I'm honestly, I don't know if it matters who's the starter for the Jets right now. If they can't get that offensive line together, you could put Joe Namath back there. It doesn't matter. I know you guys saw that game last Thursday.
Joe Willie Namath?
Yeah, it's their offensive line right now is playing terrible. I know you guys saw the game last Thursday. It was bad.
Yeah. Bad.
So I don't know. My honest answer is I don't know. I think it's more than the quarterback. It's nothing to do with who's throwing the ball. It's more to do with the protection right now, and they just got to do a better job. So I can't answer that question.
Emerson.
Listen, I love their coach. I'm a big fan of their coach. I would love to see the Jets squeak into the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to happen. They wanted Zach Wilson and they got him. Okay, and now they're going to have to think about what they're going to do with him for the next few years. Because he was the number 2 pick overall, and you got Joe Flacco back there. He's ready to go into retirement, and he's just, doing whatever's left from his glory years in Baltimore. Anyway, I would love to see the Jets make the playoffs because I love their fan base. That Jet fan base is amazing. And I love to see them get all hyped up whenever the Jets are playing. And they actually had a great draft this year. So even if they don't make the playoffs this year, I want to give that coach another year or two to really bring the troops together and see what he can do with a healthy roster, because they're missing some pieces right now. Also, some key pieces. I think the big kid, Becton, the offensive lineman who they drafted in the top 5 or top 10 a few drafts ago, 2 years ago. He just can't quite get himself on the field due to some health concerns. But if they can I love Sauce, the Sauce man, Sauce Gardner. He's the real deal. I think they have some pieces that they can put together that this team can be a team to reckon with in year from now or maybe 2 years. So give them some time. Don't go to sleep on the Jets yet. Even if they have to trade Zach Wilson or maybe bring Tom Brady to New York or maybe bring Aaron Rodgers to New York. You heard me say it right here on XO Sports Talk. Ooh.
Yeah. Brian.
I think the Jets will win. Like Mike White. One thing that kind of helps when you have a bad offensive line that's kind of struggling is your pre-snap reads. You got to be able to know where you're going with the ball, where the ball should go, and I think Mike White does that pretty well. And I think the team is going to have some energy when he is back in the lineup. For some reason, they just do not have that energy when Zach is in the game. The other kid that they threw in there before, I didn't even know he was on the roster that was playing. So that defense, they still play serviceable. And they go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Brian.
Yeah.
If you had to have castaway Russell Wilson of the Denver Broncos or Zach Wilson, who would you want?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Well, Russ is playing. I don't think it can get any lower for Russell Wilson right now. But Zach Wilson, what he's showing me when he was on the bench, instead of just having on a headset or a tablet, just kind of being involved in the game, playing, he seemed like he had no interest at all when they had him on the bench all that time. And that concerns me. So I would say give me Russ, that we know who's won a championship, but looked like he's never played a game before in his life.
And don't forget what Zach said. Don't forget what Zach said a few weeks ago when he lost at his press conference.
Yeah.
Terry.
If I'm looking to start a team, I'm going with Zach Wilson. I think the kid's got a bad rap right now. I do agree with Brian. His attitude, he needs to change that. On the bench, hurt. You have to be involved. You have to show the team that you're in it no matter where you are in the lineup, bench, starter. It's just not a good leadership quality, especially for your quarterback. But I do think, obviously, Zach Wilson is younger, and I think he's got the most upside out of the two. So I'll go with Zach Wilson. Like I said, if they can get their offensive line situation together, I think you see a different version of Zach Wilson. I think you see the best version of Zach Wilson with the offensive line intact.
Emerson.
Go get Derek Carr right now. Give up whatever you have to do to put him on your team. Go get Derek Carr. He's been deactivated from his team for what they say personal reasons. Go get Derek Carr from the Raiders. Bring him to New York. And by the way, and this is just a FYI, Mike White, who you like, Brian?
Yep.
He was drafted by the
Cowboys. By the Cowboys. Might have been like the 4th round or something like that, right?
Yes.
Yep.
5th round pick.
5th? Okay.
I just want to say that.
Now, J.J. Watt is retiring from football. He plays right now with the Arizona Cardinals. Terry, is J.J. Watt a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah. I mean, I just looking at some of his accolades. He was a dominant player when he was healthy. I mean, I'll just go down the short list here. 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. 5-time First Team All Pro Bowl. 2-time Second Team All Pro Bowl. 5-time Pro Bowl. NFL sack leader in 2012 and 2015. NFL forced fumble leader or co-leader 2018. And he made it on the NFL 2010 All-Decade team. He was a dominant force when he was with the Texans when he was healthy.
Thank you.
You can't deny that. He was a force.
Yep.
Emerson.
Ask me the question again.
Nope.
Come on. Ask me the question.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope. We're running close on time. On time.
The ask was, is he a Hall of Famer? You damn right he is. Everything Terry just said. You got to give it to J.J. Watt. One hell of a player. He is a first-time Hall of Famer, and I think he can be a great coach because the work ethic that he possesses within his mind, his body, and his soul, and everything he brings to the game, hands down, he would be a great addition to somebody's coaching staff, and then one day be a head coach in the NFL. Big ups to J.J. Watt. You had a great career, man.
Brian.
Yes, no doubt. He'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I see no issues with that. I just want to say this real quick because we was kind of barking about this a little bit, and we were talking about. I'm not even gonna go into that because I don't want to take the shine away from this. So yes, first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to give Bethany Grace a shout out too. Jumped in the chat. Wish everybody well.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right. Hello there from Exo Sports Talk, the best show in the land.
Show your smile, Grace. Show your smile.
Yeah. Want to know the New Year's resolution? Whether I couldn't get it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, put the electric tape back over your mouth. Guys, the Las Vegas Raiders. Who do you blame? Josh McDaniels or Derek Carr?
He wants to go to McDonald's. What do you want, a Happy Meal?
Time, sir. Time.
What do you want, a Big Mac special?
Terry.
Well, since the players are never the first to get blamed, as we see with the Broncos and Russell Wilson situation, I'm going to have to say Josh McDaniel on this one. He just hasn't had much success outside of the Patriots organization, or, well, at least the success that he's been used to. So,
Josh McDaniel
gets the blame.
Josh McDaniel.
Emerson.
You want a Happy Meal? Do you want a fillet of fish, or you want chicken nuggets?
Okay, Brian.
I'm blaming Josh on this. McDaniels. Yeah. It's not like the Raiders don't have talent that they should be playing the way they're playing. I thought McDaniels was horrible in Denver, which he got ran out of there and went back to New England.
Yep.
And
McDonald's. You went to McDonald's.
Kind of wrap this all up too. Is McDaniels. Once Brady is gone, we'll say that. Well, you know what?
Shaking fries.
See, this guy making me lose my train of thought. McDaniel, but what I want to say is with Brady, maybe it's Brady all along out of this because Bill Belichick has had the worst coaching. This is the worst coaching job I've seen him have all year, ever, I would say.
Yeah.
What he's done with this team. So to wrap it all up, I'm just saying all this I believe is Josh's fault though, because he has talent on the Raiders.
Me personally, I blame the owner. The owner got rid of the interim coach last year, who took the Raiders to the playoffs, and the owner decided to fire him. And when he fired the interim coach, all the other assistant coaches got fired too. Now you're bringing in Josh McDaniel.
McDonald.
I don't know why. But the thing about it is, you bring him in. He had no track record. He had no track record as a head coach, and so where have you taken your organization?
To McDonald's.
Who had no track record as a head coach? Who are you talking about?
McDaniel.
He was a head coach in what's the name? Denver. Yeah.
But do you remember that he got rid of Jay Cutler?
Yeah, no.
He didn't want Cutler.
Yeah.
So you got rid of your franchise quarterback there. And then he was also a part of Spygate. against when they went to play the 49ers.
Yeah.
And so you now bring him in with all that baggage that he was cheating also with New England. And then when he became the head coach at Denver, he got involved in Spygate, which cost the team $250,000. And I don't know if it was a draft pick involved. So what possessed you to bring this guy into your organization? That was, to me, asinine to do. I would not have brought Josh into the organization. And now you're going to get
who? What's his last name?
McDaniel. You're going to get rid of. You're going to get rid of him. No, you're going to keep him for next year, but you're getting rid of Derek Carr, and so that means you're going to wind up getting probably a quarterback in the draft. And where are you going to go? Is he going to develop the quarterback, or is he going to set your organization back another 4 years? So good luck, Raider Nation. I don't think it was a good move.
So you told me it was the only, so it's the coach then. But you said the owner.
It's the coach. I don't think he's a good coach.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I think sometimes sometimes some men are good at being a offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, not being in charge of a football team.
Take him to
It'll
McDonald's.
be interesting to see what happened with the wide receiver, because that's one of the reasons kind of he went there.
Yep. We got a 10-9 score with the Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, boy.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
No wonder it ain't watching.
Yeah. Terry.
Yes, sir.
Who do you have winning this game?
I'll take the Cowboys, man. They'll pull it out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
And Brian?
I'll take the Cowboys. They should pull this out.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
I don't think that's out of respect.
Come on, man. How about them boys? Come on, let's get to the other games of the week. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, here's something for Terry and Brian. Dobbs just came off the street.
Oh, yeah.
So it would be a beautiful thing tonight if Dobbs, coming off the street, beat the Dallas Cowboys.
That would be a great story, but, there's always a fairy tale to a tale, you know?
Cardinals versus Falcons. Terry.
Give me Atlanta.
Chicago versus Detroit. Emerson.
Detroit, they have something to play for.
Denver versus Kansas City. Brian.
Kansas City.
Miami versus New England. Terry.
New England.
Colts versus New York. Emerson.
New York.
Saints versus Eagles. Brian.
Eagles. Go back to that Kansas City
Panthers
Denver
versus
game.
Carolina versus Tampa Bay. Terry.
Tampa.
Browns versus Washington. Emerson.
Come on, Browns. I'm rooting for you.
Jaguars versus Texans. Brian.
Jaguars.
Hey, T, how about this one for you? 49ers versus Raiders.
Ready.
Niners.
Jets versus Seahawks. Seahawks. Emerson.
Seahawks.
Minnesota versus Green Bay. Brian.
Minnesota versus Green Bay. Give me Minnesota.
Rams versus the Chargers. Terry.
Chargers.
I wonder if they'll play their quarterback. I wonder if they'll play anybody.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Emerson.
I like the Steelers to win that game. They've been playing good lately.
Okay. Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Brian.
Give me Baltimore. Because they
Trey
play us
Benedict.
tough. They know us,
Yeah.
and I know what
Well,
they do.
I messed up on McDonald's, and I call you Benedict. Oh man, Buffalo at Cincinnati. Terry,
Ooh.
Oof. Give me Cincinnati.
Tough game.
Buffalo at
Tough game.
Cincinnati. Emerson.
Cincy, Joe Cool Burrow.
Is that game Saturday or Sunday?
I think that's
Monday.
Monday night.
Monday night.
It's a Monday?
I think it's
Oh, okay.
Monday night.
Yeah, that's prime time
Yep.
now. Okay.
So you're taking,
Who, me?
yeah.
Oh, give me Cincinnati.
Thank you,
Okay.
Benedict. Buffalo and Cincy. Emerson.
Maybe I said Cincy, Joe Cool Burrow. I'm going with
Yeah.
Cincy.
I was giving you a mulligan. I thought you might want to change your mind.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. And I just want to
Okay,
say this
that's
on record. I want this
See
on
ya.
tape. Kansas City, Denver. Do not be surprised if Russell Wilson get benched.
ooh. Okay.
He might.
Okay.
Well, guys,
Yep.
what is your New Year's resolution, Emerson?
I'm going to McDonald's.
Okay. I think you should be going to an electronics store, but hey, that's a different story for another day. Might want to stop by Best Buy, pick up some new equipment, Terry.
I'm gonna help my team members with their audio and sound problems.
They help
Brian.
about technical difficulties.
Oh boy.
And what is the moderator
Come on.
doing? Is he frozen? I don't know.
What
What
is
he
it,
Brian? I said
Yeah,
Brian.
come on, Mr.
He
Moderator.
didn't say my name.
I-
What are you
I
talking about?
did.
Did anybody hear him say it?
Come on.
Nobody heard you. Nobody
Okay.
heard you.
Brian.
Try to
There
have
you go,
harmony
yeah.
going into the new year,
Oh,
folks.
Hey, drinking eggnog or something. What are you doing?
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Brian?
Mine is Baskin Robbins. I'm gonna try every flavor. I want them all.
You like a variety, I see, huh?
For
You like
my
a
New Year's
variety, huh?
for my New Year's resolution, I hope friends and family stay healthy, and ones that are not healthy, I hope they get healthy.
Yeah.
And money is good to have, but as we get older, having good health is priceless.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for episode 80. Come 2023, we will be starting episode 81. And once again, our hearts go out to Pele, one of the greatest soccer players to ever have played, who died. Terry, please tell us about the subscribe button.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Once again, hit that subscribe button. Make that your New Year's resolution. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Tune in next week. Once again, we got a really good bunch of games on the NFL schedule. We made some predictions. Let's come back and see who's right and who's wrong, who went to Burger King or McDonald's. But Happy New Year to everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next year.
Yes, please. And be
Thank
safe
you.
and be responsible. Let's have a great new year.
That's awesome. Good night, everybody. And we hope to see you in 2023. And maybe we can get Emerson some new electrical equipment. Not electrical, electronic.
We have to put the internet people right out in front of it. Just park the truck in front of the house. Just park it in front of the house. Let's get them some.